heart overhead. And I guess love to watch the way you made me into a mess. Hands on my dress, neon red. You were everything I didn't need till you left. Now I'm dancing around my living room. I get drunk on the thought of you and I, when you were mine. See your eyes in every stranger. I replay the way that we were till I'm high. No, it's not right. I miss you, missing things like you used to, yeah, like you used to. I miss you, kissing me like you used to, like only you do. You know the good things are never as good as the bad, and your love is better than anything I've ever had. Oh, I miss you, missing me like you used to, yeah, like you used to. I know you're gone, and you probably just forgot me. Yeah, you're moving on, but I can't let go, 'cause I'm still sleeping with the moments, lying with your ghost. Now I'm dancing around my living room. I get drunk on the thought of you and I, and you're not mine. But I miss you, missing me like you used to, yeah, like you used to. I miss you, kissing me like you used to, like only you do. You know the good things are never as good as the bad, and your love is better than anything I've ever had. Oh, I miss you, missing me like you used to, yeah, like you used to. Heart overhead, and I guess I love to watch the way you make me into a mess. I miss you, missing me like you used to, yeah, like you used to. I miss you, missing me like you used to, like only you do. You know the good things are never as good as the bad, and your love is better than anything I've ever had. Oh, I miss you, missing me like you used to, yeah, like you used to. You know the good things are never as good as the bad, and your love is better than anything I've ever had. Oh, I miss you, missing me like you used to.
tired. This is Sunday, the day after that I finally actually 90% finished this thing. I was up till like 2 o'clock in the morning last night, just knocking out the last few details of this thing. I had to redo about just the upper half of this door, because when I took the tape off with this stupid thing, a bunch of debris fell out right here, got into the clear coat, and I wasn't able to get that off without sanding past the paint layer. So I ended up just repainting the whole panel, quick and easy. But this thing has been a long time coming, and I cannot tell you how happy I am to finally be finished with it. If you notice from the beginning of this video, when I was wearing a jacket outside, you can probably guess about how long I've been working on this thing. It's been over 6 months at this point, and that's just the time I've actually been working on it, not the time that I've been like building up to working on this thing. But I mean, finally finished it. This thing went way further than I ever expected it to, because originally I thought that I was just going to be cutting out a piece right here to patch the rust that was right here, you know, kind of the same thing right here, and then the door and stuff, you know, couple patch panels, paint the outside, done. It didn't end up being that easy, because somebody had already done work to this quarter panel. They did it pretty badly. They didn't coat behind or anything like that, and so it rusted out from the inside out. And I ended up, the only way I was able to fix it was to cut off the entire quarter panel, weld the new one on, and then, you know, everything else just kind of mostly wasn't too bad. You know, this quarter panel is pretty easy. This door is kind of a pain, but got it all smoothed out. Hood was kind of a pain. Lots of low spots around here. As you saw, it was kind of dented in. And overall, this thing's looking mint. Obviously, the sunroof I had to completely replace, and then the piece back here I had to completely replace. But you know, I cut out a lot of the footage of what, you know, every single step that I did, because this thing was a massive undertaking. This video would have been way too long with everything in it, but you know, I try to include all the most important pieces, kind of get you a good idea of everything that happened with this thing. But anyway, not my best work, I'll admit. Like, there's a little bit more orange peeliness in the clear coat, and I ended up using sealer this time. So it's something I haven't really messed with until now, but I decided for this project it was going to help out massively, and it really did. But it added just like a tiny amount of texture to the actual paint layer while I was kind of learning how to use it. But 90% of the clear coat, or 90% of the orange peel, is in the clear coat only, so it could be, given time, wet sanded and buffed out, which is, you know, pretty much how I've finished the paint on all of my other cars at this point, to make it actually look like glass instead of being all kind of wavy. But with the extent of work that I have into this thing, and honestly the amount of like gain I'm getting from it, I'm just gonna pass that on to the owner. If I haven't mentioned already, yeah, this is not my car. This is a kind of like a customer car, I guess you call it. I don't know, I feel weird saying that because it's not really a business or anything, but yeah, this belongs to somebody else. I'm fixing it for them. It was a car that a friend of mine bought or traded for back in the day. Originally he wanted to restore it, but ended up selling it to this other guy, and then that guy wanted me to restore it. So one way or another, I was going to restore this car. But yeah, I mean, I got the interior mostly back together. It's just basically being held in place for the most part, because, you know, things like the dash and door panels, stuff like that, like, it all just kind of fits better if you just lightly just put it in place instead of trying to stack it all in the interior. So I basically just try to put everything inside this car. The owner's going to get a new windshield put in, because the old one was kind of just messed up, not really something he wanted to put back into the car, because he's trying to make this thing look pretty mint. But anyway, I got the truck all loaded up. Well, not all loaded up, but I had the truck all ready to load this thing onto it, and I'm going to be towing this thing back down to South Carolina, about 6 hours away from here. Probably picking up another project while I'm there, another customer project, but probably won't. I don't know if I'll film that one or not. It's going to be another decently long journey, but it's more or less of a quick repair than like a full overall restoration. But anyway, yeah, this is kind of a random video. I didn't want to take too terribly long on it because it's, you know, it's not like one of my cars. It's just like a quick, you know, side project that I've been doing. So I didn't want to make a huge deal of it. I didn't want to make a bunch of random, you know, a bunch of different parts for it, make it a full series, anything like that. I just wanted to knock it out in one video, start to finish, and it just ended up being a much longer process than I had originally anticipated. So that video took longer to come out than I would have liked it to. But in any case, I'm gonna send this on its way, and then we're gonna get back to my FD because that thing needs to run ASAP. I'm sick of it sitting in my driveway for just weeks and weeks and weeks doing absolutely nothing. I think I mentioned in one of my other videos I got a little work done to it for fabrication. So you'll see that in the next one too. But until then, if you enjoyed, appreciate it if you left a like, subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you next time. And as far as this quarter glass goes, it's not installed because I could not find this piece. But the guy I'm taking it to has plenty of extras, so I have everything else I need to install it with me. I'm just gonna install it when I get to his house with the piece that he has there, and once I find the other piece, I will return that to him. But that's the only reason that's not on yet.